Or go on YouTube. What's good, guys? So, bro, I'm loving this journey, man. That's what I can say for now. I'm really loving the journey. The funny thing about this journey is the fact that um, on the days that you feel good, you really feel like you're on top of the world. But on the days that you feel bad or not good enough, I don't know. It's like the feelings are much more intensified on this journey. Feelings are much more intensified on this journey. That's just one thing I've noticed about the journey. But what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about how when you start leveling up, um, you get to kind of miss the person you were before. And you're not missing this person in the term, like in the sense that you want to go back to who you were before. You want to go back to um, being a loser, being a kuma. Maybe because back then you were able to get some girls. And maybe you were able to, you're able to have sex with some girls, some low vibrational women per se. So you might be looking at it like now, maybe probably you're in a dry spell on semen retention. The funny thing about semen retention is the fact that you not wanting it is going to make it come to you. And you not wanting things is going to make things come to you. You not wanting women is going to make women come to you. So when you see this, you're just like, oh, okay. But then at the same time, you understand the fact that you're on this journey, and so therefore you cannot engage in those activities anymore. um that's just the funny thing about life. The moment you stop wanting things, those things start coming to you, simply for the fact that you've let the control that those things have over you go. You've opened yourself up to the possibility of owning or having those things, because you already feel like you have them within you, so therefore you don't need to stretch outside of you to get what you want. So those things are going to come to you, but you cannot do anything. You cannot maybe go and have sex, or you cannot go and masturbate, simply for the fact that you're on a journey. You have a goal, you have somewhere to be, you have somewhere to get to as a person. Maybe there's no goal for you, you're just doing it as a lifestyle. It has just become a part of you. You're going to notice the fact that when you were probably releasing, you were able to get with some women, simply for the fact that, number one, those women were actually low vibrational, and you guys were on the same frequency, so you could match each other. But now you can see the fact that you're not able to get women anymore like that. Not that you're not able, I mean, women love you a lot, because you're on semen retention, and they can feel that energy emitting from you. But how do I say, man? It's just the fact that you are no longer vibrating on that frequency of chasing women, of going after women. So therefore it just naturally becomes the last thing you think of. It becomes the last thing in your mind. And when it becomes the last thing in your mind, you just notice the fact that you want to have sex, but at the same time you do not want it. I don't know how to put it, man. You have the ability to talk to any girl you want to, or any girl you are talking to. You have the ability to get her in bed and all of that, man. But it's just the fact that you've seen what this journey can do for you. You've seen the benefits of this journey, and there's no sense in going out there and wasting your seed. So therefore you might be regretting leveling up, simply for the fact that you're not able to get a lot of women, or you're not able to get a lot of how do I say, yeah, it's mainly women, man. Yeah. Or you're not having friends. You're not making a lot of friends anymore. It's just simply for the fact that you have separated yourself from the energy that these people are abiding in. So therefore you can no longer relate with them. You can no longer hang out with these people. You can no longer engage some certain women once you get on this journey. So you might be looking at yourself like, when I was a kuma, when I was ignorant, when I was oblivious to the things of life, to this other side of life, at least I was getting to some women, at least I was getting laid, and then you might start contemplating the fact that you would want to go back to your previous self, you would want to go back to being ignorant. But that's just the funny thing about this journey, man. Once your eye has been opened, it can never be closed anymore. Once you've seen past the illusion, you can never unsee it anymore. That's just one thing with life. So therefore, you are left in between this phase of chasing women and also not wanting them. Going after women is just your nature. On this journey, what you are doing is you are overriding your nature. You're overriding the manual that you came with. Because normally as a guy you are visual, so you are much more easily tempted than a woman. A woman has to first of all get in close proximity with you. She has to hear the things you say. She has to feel you out. But you just have to see her, and you are already intrigued. You want to have sex with her, you want to become her friend or something like that, man. So yes, it is easier for you to fall for your sexual urges, simply for the fact that you are more susceptible to things that you see. You're more susceptible to visual content and all of that. So yeah, you find yourself going back to, how do you say, man, like easily falling on this journey, because there are a lot of temptations everywhere, man. There are a lot, and trust me, man, I'm really proud of you for being on this journey in this modern time where there are like a lot of graphics, a lot of things that are just sexually insinuating, just a lot of things that are quite tempting, that would want to encourage you to engage in those behaviors that you no longer find pleasing, but simply for the fact that it's just in your nature as a man to be visual, to be tempted more by visual things. You are going to become, how do I say, man, it's like you're living in two worlds. You are changing. That's just one thing with change. You are changing. You are not fully where you want to be yet, and you've not fully left where you are right now. So that distance, that distance can be a little confusing, because you want to do semen retention, man. I mean, you've seen the benefits already. It's just simply for the fact that that manual has to be over, how do you say, man, you have to override that manual, as that is the manual that you came with. You have to first of all change that perspective, and in changing that perspective, you level up. There's no way you change your mind and not level up. I mean, for the better. If you change your mind for the better, I don't mean change your mind in how do you say, man, becoming a shithead kind of, I mean changing your mind in the fact that you're elevating your consciousness per se, and whenever the mind changes, every other thing follows. So yes, this journey is much more of a spiritual journey than a physical one, simply for the fact that the reactions you get from people cannot even be explained by you or by them. That should tell you that this journey is very powerful and not something to be joked with. So yeah, you are going to kind of miss being a loser per se, because there are some benefits. I mean, some benefits to being a loser back then. You were oblivious to women's nature or whatever it is, man. You were even oblivious to your own nature, so therefore it was easier for you to spill out your seed. You were enjoying yourself. It was enjoyment for you, but in the background it was actually killing you. Having to have sex with a lot of women, it was an enjoyment for you back then, but it was slowly killing you. So now you are here, you've seen the benefits, you feel good within yourself, you feel more confident, but at the same time your human nature is always calling you to answer. It's always calling you back. It's always reminding you that you're still human. That's just the funny thing about this journey. And the more you go on it, the more urges. After a very long time, you start getting less urges. But for the first, let me say, 100 days, man, the urges are going to be crazy, man. They're going to be out of the roof. So yes, it's okay to be in an in-between phase. It's okay to be in a phase where you miss where you were before and you don't know where you are going now. It's okay to not have an idea of what tomorrow looks like. Also not have an idea of what today looks like. Just live today as it is, man. Yeah, just enjoy it. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it, bro. So yes, I love you guys, and if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys later in my other videos. Ciao.